Captain Rex stood on the bridge of the alien merchant vessel Star Runner. His forearms clicked nervously as he studied the star map. The shortest route to the trading station went through the edge of the Forbidden Zone. Every alien species knew the stories about that cursed region of space. "Captain, we could take the long route," said his navigator, a blue-skinned creature named Cora. Her 3 eyes blinked with worry. "It would add 2 weeks to our journey, but we would be safe," Rex finished. He understood her fear. The Forbidden Zone had claimed hundreds of ships over the past 50 years. Those who survived told strange tales. They spoke of a ghost ship that appeared from nowhere. A human vessel, they said. Though humans had been gone for decades, the Galactic Council had declared humans extinct 30 years ago. The last human colony had fallen to disease, or so the records claimed. Yet the stories persisted. Pilots swore they had seen the impossible, a human battleship, scarred and ancient, hunting through the Forbidden Zone like a predator. Rex made his decision. "We take the shortcut, stay alert, and keep weapons ready." The crew exchanged nervous glances. They all knew the legend of the Vengeance, the last human warship. Some said its crew had gone mad, trapped between life and death. Others claimed the ship itself had become alive, powered by human rage and the need for revenge. As the Star Runner entered the Forbidden Zone, the sensors began to fail. Static filled the screens. The lights flickered. In the distance, something moved through the chew. A brief field of destroyed ships. "Contact on sensors," Cora whispered. "It's impossible. The readings show technology that shouldn't exist." Through the view screen, they saw it. A massive ship, dark as space itself, with scars covering its hull. Human letters spelled out a name: Vengeance, the ship that couldn't exist, was right in front of them. Rex felt his heart stop. The stories were true. The human ship was real, and it had found them. The Vengeance sent a single message: "You are in restricted space. Leave now, or face judgment." The voice was human, but wrong somehow. It sounded like it came from a throat that hadn't spoken in years. Rex ordered full retreat, but the engines wouldn't respond. The ghost ship had them trapped. "Please, Rex." Transmitted, "We mean no harm. We're just traders passing through." Silence filled the bridge. Then the human ship responded: "The Forbidden Zone is a graveyard. It belongs to the dead. You will tell others what you have seen. You will warn them. This is mercy, the only mercy we offer." The Star Runner's engines suddenly roared to life. Rex didn't waste time asking questions. He fled the Forbidden Zone. At maximum speed, his crew shaking with fear. Back at the trading station, Rex filed his report. The officials laughed at first, then stopped when they saw his ship's recordings. The Vengeance was real. The human ghost ship existed. Word spread through the galaxy like wildfire. The extinct humans had left behind a guardian, a vengeful spirit that haunted the Forbidden Zone. Some called it a curse. Others whispered it was justice, the humans' final message to a galaxy that had abandoned them. In the depths of the Forbidden Zone, the Vengeance continued its eternal patrol. Its crew, neither living nor dead, waited for the next intruder. They had a mission that death itself couldn't stop. They would guard the graves of their people forever. The galaxy had thought humans were weak, easy to forget. But even in death, humanity's rage burned bright. The Forbidden Zone would remain forbidden, protected by the ghost ship that refused to die. Captain Rex never flew near the Forbidden Zone again. But sometimes, in his dreams, he heard that voice human, but not quite human. It whispered a warning that echoed through the stars. We remember, we endure, we remain. Admiral Tom of the Vorthan Empire studied the report for the 10th time. His gray skin rippled with concern. Too many ships had seen the human ghost ship now. The Galactic Council could no longer ignore it. They had ordered him to take 50 warships into the Forbidden Zone and find the truth. "Admiral, we're approaching the zone boundary," his second-in-command, Major Hal, announced. The younger officer's voice shook slightly. Even trained soldiers feared the Forbidden Zone. Tom stood from his command chair. His fleet was the strongest force the Council had assembled in 20 years. Surely 50 warships could handle one old human vessel. Ghost or not, as they entered the Forbidden Zone, Tom saw why ships never returned. The entire region was a graveyard. Thousands of destroyed vessels floated in the darkness. Some were recent. Others had been there for decades. All bore the same marks-precise weapons damage that had disabled them without destroying them completely. "Sir, I'm reading something strange," the sensor officer said. "There are energy signatures everywhere, but they're hidden somehow. Like they're using technology we don't understand." Tom ordered the fleet to advance carefully. They passed through fields of wreckage, each ship telling a story of fear and failure. Then the sensors screamed warnings. Ships appeared. From nowhere. Not one human vessel, but 20. They emerged from the debris like predators rising from hiding. The Vengeance led them, larger and more scarred than the others. "Impossible," Hal breathed. "There's an entire fleet." Tom's fleet outnumbered the humans, but something felt wrong. The human ships moved with perfect coordination, like they shared one mind. Their weapons locked onto every vital system of Tom's fleet simultaneously. "Galactic Council fleet, a human." Voice transmitted. "You are trespassing in protected space. State your purpose." Tom cleared his throat. "I am Admiral Tom of the Vorthan Empire. The Council sends us to investigate reports of human activity. According to our records, humanity is extinct." A bitter laugh echoed through the communication channel. "Extinct? Is that what they told you?" "I am Captain Jack of the Earth Defense Fleet. We are very much alive, Admiral. The question is whether you will be if you proceed." Tom felt sweat form on his ridged forehead. "We came to talk, not fight. The galaxy deserves to know the truth." Silence stretched between the fleets. Then Jack spoke again. "The truth? The truth is that 30 years ago, the Council betrayed us. They sent infected traitors to our colonies. They watched as billions died from their engineered plague. They declared us extinct when we begged for help." The Admiral's heart sank. He had heard rumors, but never believed them. That's not possible. The Council would never." "Never?" Jack interrupted. "Check your history, Admiral. How many species has the Council eliminated when they became inconvenient? We were growing too fast, becoming too strong. So they decided to remove us. If this is true, why hide here? Why not seek justice?" Another human ship transmitted. This voice was female, cold as space. "Because we're protecting something more important than revenge. The Council failed to kill us all. Millions of humans survived, but they're vulnerable. We've kept them safe while we prepared." Tom's mind raced. "Millions? Where?" "That's not your concern," Jack replied. "Here's what you need to know, Admiral. We could destroy your fleet right now. Our technology advanced while we hid. But we won't. You're going to return to the Council with a message." "What message?" "The humans live. We know what the Council did. We have proof, and we're done hiding. Give us 1 month. Then we'll come to the Council ourselves. Not for war, but for justice. The galaxy will learn the truth." Tom watched as data packets appeared on his screens. Evidence, documents, video recordings. The proof of the Council's genocide. "Why trust me?" Tom asked. "Because you're Vorthan. Your people voted against the Extinction Order. You were outvoted by the others. We remember our friends, Admiral. We also remember our enemies. The human ships began to fade back into the debris field, vanishing like ghosts. Only the Vengeance remained visible. 1 month, Admiral, Jack said. Tell them the dead have risen. Tell them judgment is coming. The Vengeance disappeared. Tom's fleet stood alone among the wreckage, holding evidence that would shake the galaxy. The humans weren't extinct. They were waiting. And they were angry. Asterisk. Captain Jack stood in the command center of the Vengeance, watching the monitors. The Galactic Council's emergency session was being broadcast across all channels. Admiral Tom was presenting the evidence to the assembled representatives. Vorthen officer had kept his word. Captain, they're calling us liars, his first officer, Lisa, reported. She had been 15 when the plague hit their colonies. Now, 45 years old, she had spent most of her life in hiding. Half the Council claims we fabricated the evidence. Jack wasn't surprised. Then it's time to show them the real truth. Open a channel to the Council. Full spectrum broadcast. The communication system hummed to life. Every screen in Council space would see this transmission. Jack appeared on billions of displays simultaneously, his scarred face calm but determined. Members of the Galactic Council, he began. I am Captain Jack Walker of the Earth Defense Fleet. You declared humanity extinct 30 years ago. Today, I stand before you as proof of your lie. The Council chamber erupted in chaos. Representatives shouted over each other. The Council chairman, a tall creature named Vex, called for order. This is impossible. You are a projection, a trick. I am real, Chairman Vex, Jack interrupted. Just as real as the 12 billion humans you murdered with your engineered plague. Yes, we know it was you specifically who signed the order. Jack gestured to Lisa. She activated the ship's quantum projector. Suddenly, holographic documents appeared in the Council chamber, itself original orders, signed and sealed, detailing the extinction protocol. These documents were hidden in your own archives, Jack continued. We recovered them from Council Station 7 before you destroyed it to hide the evidence. But we saved more than just documents. The holograms changed. They showed human colonies dying, children crying for help, medical stations overwhelmed with the sick. Then they showed Council ships leaving orbit, abandoning the humans to their fate. You didn't just create the plague, Jack said, his voice hardening. You prevented other species from helping us. You threatened anyone who tried to send medical aid. One representative, an insectoid named Zara, stood up. We ... We were told humans attacked first. That the plague was containment for a human bioweapon. Lies, Jack replied. We never developed bioweapons. We were farmers, traders, explorers. Our biggest crime was expanding too quickly, being too successful. The Council feared we would upset the balance of power. Chairman Vex's pale skin turned darker with rage. Even if this were true, you have no authority here. You are not a Council species, because you revoked our membership 3 days before releasing the plague. Lisa interjected, sharing another document. You wanted to ensure we had no legal recourse. Jack raised his hand for silence. But we're not here for revenge, Chairman. We're here for justice. And to show you what you almost destroyed. The Vengeance's transmission expanded. Now it showed the hidden human colony, built inside a hollowed asteroid in the Forbidden Zone. Millions of cryopods lying vast chambers. Families preserved in ice, waiting for the day they could wake to a safer galaxy. 5 million survivors, Jack said. Children, scientists, artists, teachers. We saved who we could. For 30 years, we've protected them. Our ghost ships were their guardians. Every ship that entered the Forbidden Zone threatened their safety. Admiral Tom stepped forward in the Council chamber. I've verified their claims independently. The humans speak truth. We committed genocide based on fear and lies. Several council members looked sick. Others appeared angry at being deceived. Zara spoke again. Captain Jack, if this is true, why reveal yourselves now? Why risk your hidden colony? Because we intercepted communications about a new plan, Jack replied. Some of you want to cleanse the Forbidden Zone with antimatter bombs. You would unknowingly commit a second genocide. We couldn't let that happen. The captain's image flickered, then stabilized. We're done hiding. We're done being victims. The human fleet will arrive at the council station in 20 days. We will present our case formally. The galaxy will judge what happened here. And if we refuse? Chairman Vex asked. Jack smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. Then we'll broadcast everything to every inhabited world. Every species will know what you did. Your own people will demand justice. Either way, Chairman, the truth will be known. The transmission ended. In the council chamber, representatives turned to face Chairman Vex. The fear in his eyes told them everything. The human story was true. The Great Assembly Hall had never been so full. Representatives from every known species packed the viewing galleries. 20 human warships hung in space outside, their dark hulls visible through the transparent dome. The Vengeance floated at their center. A reminder of humanity's survival. Captain Jack entered the hall wearing a simple Earth uniform. No armor, no weapons. Behind him walked Lisa and 10 other humans, the only ones not in cryosleep. They looked tired but determined. 30 years of guarding their people had aged them beyond their years. Chairman Vex sat at the high bench, but his usual arrogance was gone. Beside him sat 6 other council leaders. 3 had already announced their resignation after the evidence became public. Riots had broken out on dozen worlds when citizens learned about the genocide. Captain Jack Walker, the council recorder, announced, "You stand before the Galactic Council to present humanity's case. How do you plead?" Jack stepped forward. "We plead for justice, not for ourselves, but for the 12 billion humans who cannot speak. They were murdered by this council's fear and greed." "You have no proof of murder," Chairman Vex said weakly. "The plague could have been natural." "Stop," Jack interrupted. He held up a datapad. Dr. Emil Trosses, your own bioweapons developer, kept detailed notes. He was proud of his work. He called the plague his masterpiece. Should I read his descriptions of how it was designed to target human DNA specifically? The hall fell silent. Jack continued. "But we didn't come here just to prove guilt. We came to show the galaxy something important." He signaled to Lisa. The hall screens activated, showing the human fleet's weapon systems. Energy readings appeared that made the military representatives gasp. The human ships were armed with technology, decades ahead of anything the Council possessed. "For 30 years, we've advanced in isolation," Jack explained. "We developed weapons that could crack planets, shields that could withstand supernova radiation. We could have emerged from the Forbidden Zone and burned every Council world, too." Ash, fear rippled through the crowd. Jack raised his hand. "But we didn't. Do you know why?" He looked directly at Chairman Vex. "Because we're not you. We don't commit genocide out of fear. We don't destroy what we don't understand. Despite everything you did to us, we chose justice over revenge." Representative Zara stood. "What do you want from us, Captain?" "First, acknowledgement. The Council must publicly admit to the genocide. Second, reparations. Not for the dead nothing can bring them back, but for the survivors. Third, the removal of every Council member who participated in or knew about the Extinction Order." "That's half the Council," Vex protested. "Then half the Council is guilty," Jack replied coldly. Admiral Tom stepped forward from the gallery. "The Vorthan Empire supports humanity's demands. We've reviewed all evidence. The guilt is clear. One by one, other species representatives stood. The Kellari, the Dazani, even the warrior Thrakari. They all supported humanity. Chairman Vex looked around desperately for allies, but found none. "You have no authority," Vex began. "Actually, we do," Lisa interrupted. She produced another document. According to council law, any species subjected to attempted genocide has the right to demand justice through the ancient protocols. These laws predate the council itself. You cannot deny them. An elderly council member, Judge Caro, who had remained silent, finally spoke. "The human is correct. The ancient protocols are binding. I call for immediate vote on humanity's demands." The vote was swift. Only 3 members voted against all, were immediately arrested by their own security forces for investigation. Chairman Vex tried to flee, but was stopped at the door. Jack watched without satisfaction as Vex was led away. "This isn't about revenge," he told the assembly. "It's about ensuring this never happens again, to any species." The new council chairman, the Honorable Judge Caro, stood. "Captain Walker, the council formally apologizes for the attempted extinction of humanity. We will make reparations. We will help your people rebuild. And we will never forget this shame." Jack nodded. "Then our business is almost done. We have one more thing to show you." On the screens, the Forbidden Zone appeared. But now, lights were coming on. Hidden stations, concealed cities, secret shipyards. The humans hadn't just survived, they had built an entire civilization in secret. "We're not hiding anymore," Jack announced. "Humanity returns to the galaxy, not as conquerors, but as equals. We offer our technology to species who stood with us today. Together, we'll build a better future." The assembly erupted in hope-filled discussions. The humans were back. Asterisk. 1 year had passed since the trial. The frozen city of New Eden buzzed with life as another 1,000 humans woke from cryosleep. Captain Jack stood in the observation deck, watching families reunite after 30 years of separation. His job as a warrior was ending. Now came the harder task, helping humanity heal. "Captain, you're needed in the memorial hall," Lisa said softly. She had traded her military uniform for civilian clothes, now serving as humanity's ambassador to the council. Jack walked through New Eden streets. The hidden city inside the asteroid had transformed. Where once only soldiers patrolled, children now played. Where weapons were stored, schools were being built. The Forbidden Zone had become the human protected zone, recognized and respected. By all species. In the memorial hall, thousands gathered. Today, they would officially retire the vengeance. The ghost ship that had protected them would become a monument to survival. "My friends," Jack addressed the crowd, 30 years ago, they tried to erase us. They thought humans were weak, easy to kill. They were wrong." He gestured to the view screen, showing the vengeance in dock. "This ship became our shield, our sword, and our hope. It earned its name through our pain. But we don't need vengeance anymore. We have something better. We have a future." A young woman stepped forward. Captain Amy Ross, age 25, born in the hidden colony, trained in secret. She represented humanity's new generation, those who knew the story but weren't consumed by it. "Captain Walker," Amy said formally, "I accept command of humanity's new flagship, the Phoenix Rising. We will explore, not haunt. We will build bridges, not walls." Jack handed her the command codes. The torch was passing to those who could forgive. What the older generation could not forget. Elder Smith, the oldest surviving human at 93, slowly stood. He had been there when the plague hit. He had helped build the hidden colony. His voice shook but carried clearly. "I never thought I'd see this day. Children playing. Families whole. The galaxy acknowledging what happened. We didn't just survive, we remained human. Outside, alien ships arrived for the ceremony. Admiral Tom brought Vorthan medical supplies. Representative Zara delivered Kalari farming equipment. Even the Thrakari, known for their warrior pride, sent teachers to help educate the awakening humans. The former Chairman Vex watched from his prison cell on a distant world. His trial had revealed more crimes other species targeted. Peaceful. Worlds exploited. The human genocide had been just one of many dark plans. By exposing him, humanity had saved others from similar fates. In the council chambers, the new human representative took her seat. Dr. Maya Patel, who had spent 30 years keeping the cryosystems running, now spoke for her people. Humanity requests no special treatment, she announced. We seek only to contribute, to share our knowledge, and to ensure no species faces extinction alone again. The Council approved humanity's proposal for the Universal Protection Protocol. Any species facing extinction would receive immediate aid regardless of politics or past conflicts. It was called the Never Again Law. Back in New Eden, Captain Jack stood before the Vengeance one last time. He placed his hand on its scarred hull. Thank you, old friend. You carried our rage when we needed it. Now we can let it go. The ship's lights dimmed for the final time. It would remain here, forever watching over New Eden, a reminder of humanity's darkest hour and greatest triumph. Young Captain. Amy launched the Phoenix Rising with a crew of humans and aliens working together. Their mission, explore beyond the known galaxy, seeking new life and new hope. As they departed, she sent a message to all species. Humanity rises not from ashes of revenge, but from the fire of determination. We survived, we forgave, we move forward. In schools across the galaxy, children learned the story of the ghost ship, how humans, facing extinction, chose justice over genocide, how they protected millions in secret, how they emerged not as conquerors, but as teachers, sharing technology that would benefit all. Captain Jack retired to a small farm on New Eden. Sometimes, at night, he looked up at the stars. The nightmares were fading. The anger was cooling. Humanity was healing. Lisa visited him one day with news. Jack, we have received a message. There are other human colonies out there. Ones that escaped before the plague. They heard our broadcast. They're coming home. Jack smiled, the first real smile in 30 years. Humanity's story wasn't ending. It was just beginning. The ghost ship haunted no more. In its place, hope sailed among the stars. Asterisk.